Good morning. Welcome to Gimpy's History Corner. I was named Gimpy by this young man, Ellis. Here we are together at some event a couple years ago, having a good day. Ellis is a fine young student and grandson. He loves his dog, Franny, who he calls Bud. Very polite young man. Very proud of him. Okay, we're on video 139. Capitalism and techno-feudalism. That's a new term. Coined by a guy named Yanis Varoufakis. Techno-feudalism suggests that capitalism is being replaced by a new system where platforms dominate markets not through competition, but through ownership of digital land, data, algorithms, and infrastructure. In this analogy, companies like Google, Meta, Apple, and Microsoft act like feudal lords, while users, workers, and even small business become digital serfs, dependent on access to platforms for survival. What are the key features of the techno-feudalism? Rent extraction. Instead of producing goods, big tech extracts value by charging access fees, controlling app stores, or monetizing user data. So instead of having big factories where they produce goods and sell them, they have the platforms and they charge people the rent to use them. So that's the connection to old-time feudalism, where the lord owns the manor and the estate, and serfs work for the lord, raising crops and so forth on his estate. Political focus, CEOs appear alongside heads of state, integration into governance. That would be Elon Musk with his, what did he call that when he was laying off all those people, and then he got mad at Trump and then disappeared. Then at the Trump speech to Congress, all the billionaire Bezos and those guys are up in the balcony. Surveillance and control platforms are vast data centers, AI, and algorithms to monitor and shape behavior, echoing feudal control mechanisms. Wow, this guy he's not saying it's a bad thing. It's just typical. It's similar to the old feudal system in Europe. AI and automation. AI risks deepening techno-feudalism by concentrating ownership of machine labor in the hands of a few corporations. Critique and counter-arguments. Supporters argue that competitive markets and wage labor are eroding, replaced by digital rents. So it may not be a bad thing, it's just different. Critics counter that capitalism is alive and well. Techno-feudalism is simply capitalism in a new guise, powered by AI and data centers. So it's just a matter of interpretation. Supporters say it's eroding capitalism, and people who disagree with this terminology saying it's still capitalism, just instead of having big factories making things, you've got these digital platforms that people rent to make money themselves. Why it matters. Economic inequality concentrates power and wealth in a few hands. So we're getting back to the old Gilded Age, where you had a few rich families, the Carnegies, the Rockefellers, the Morgans, Vanderbilts, Democracy, platforms acting like states undermine traditional governance and accountability. Well, that may be true. But we don't know yet whether that's a good or bad thing. Our traditional democracy has operated a certain way for a long time, but it doesn't always work very well, that's for sure. So maybe this will be better. We'll have to wait and see. Labor history, workers are dependent on platform rules rather than collective bargaining. Okay, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Collective bargaining sometimes hurts an industry. That's why unions sometimes fall out of popularity. Infrastructure, cloud services, AI models, and apps are the new castles and roads for techno-feudalism. Right, so that's what this author is saying is just like in Europe where you had the manor and the roads leading out from the manor to the fields, and the serfs worked the fields and came to the manor to pay their taxes or to celebrate. The new manor are the platforms, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, AI, cloud services. Those are the new castles. And those of us using these services are the serfs. Okay, what are the alternatives? If you don't want to go to the castle, where can you go? Well, you don't have to use the big, well-known applications or services. You can go to smaller ones. There's one called DuckDuckGo or Start Page that doesn't track the users. You can use it independently and not be tracked for commercial purposes. Brave Browser eliminates or it helps with ad blocking. Erosia uses ad revenues to plant trees. Whoa, there you go. You have fees that you pay, but the fees go to helping the environment. There's an idea. There are alternative operating systems like Lineage OS, open source Android that strikes out Google. You have Librem something, designed around privacy. Communication, Proton Mail, it's encrypted email. Blue Sky, decentralized social media. Nextcloud, self-hosted storage. So all these are alternatives to the main ones we've been talking about. The issue is they are smaller, they are less convenient, and more expensive. So you can go the alternative route, but it won't work as well, and it's more expensive. So that's the trade-off. If you really hate these other methods, the ones that we talked about, techno-feudalism, you can go on smaller ones that don't work within a massive system that controls your behavior. You can do it. It's just more expensive, less convenient, and may not work as well. So techno-feudalism, is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Well, I don't know. But there are alternatives if you don't want to give in to the lord of the estate. Okay, remember, go Bucks. Have a great day.